Our next guest is serving up a festive dish, perfect for the holidays. Oh man, I'm very excited about this. It's simple enough to make all year long, everyone. Please welcome back to our home, Ellie Krieger. Welcome, Ellie.
So good to be here in this great kitchen. I love it.
The kitchen.
Love it.
Glad you're here in person. I am very excited. I said this already because beef tenderloin is my special thing to have. Like, it is on a special night, this is my go-to. Ask my wife, she'll tell you right now, this is the best thing in the world.
Well, that's because you have good taste.
Well, it's amazing. It really is.
And you like to eat healthy, so it's both of those things, which is really cool because it's a lean meat.
It is.
And it's fabulously tender.
It is.
And it really is special. And this one sheet pan dinner is like a beautiful holiday meal. It's great for serving a small group. It happens on one pan.
Yeah, amazing to me, because I've made this a bunch of times and I've never made it in one pan, let me tell you that.
Yeah, it's a whole meal in one pan. It looks glorious. It's really special. But you almost feel like you're cheating when you make it because it's so ridiculously easy and it takes less than an hour.
I can't wait to find out how. The first step, though, you do, which is something that this is, I think, really important for a lot of reasons, you'll tell us, is you kind of broil the tenderloin, get that little brown on, right?
Yes. So
tell us why.
So it happens on the sheet pan, but you just put a rack on top of the sheet pan.
Great.
And I did this already here. And then took the filet mignon is another way of saying beef tenderloin, right? And basically seasoned it up really nicely with a paste of garlic. So I took garlic and chopped it really finely, put a little salt on top, and then you use your knife and just kind of like work the garlic with the knife, put some rosemary in there, and spread that all over, then broil it on the rack for 10 minutes. That's gonna give you lots of flavor to start with.
The seasoning makes such a big difference. I just took my first bite. Oh my gosh, it's so, so good. Okay, great.
So it's simple, but really special. So that's the idea here. So that's broiled there. So it's not, this one's not cooked through yet. I'm gonna show you how the rest of the recipe goes.
So in that same pan now, we take the tenderloin out, and we make some room for some veggies.
So this, look, I love like the very minimal chopping. Just some tomatoes.
Yep.
And these will just sort of like get really melty in the oven.
I love those cherry tomatoes too.
And then shallots, which I've quartered, peeled and quartered, leaving a little bit of the stem on each quarter so that it stays together in the oven. And this is one of those big flavor things that you can do for any sheet pan vegetables. If you just take some quartered shallots and put them on there, you suddenly elevate the whole thing.
I really love
shallots. It's a great
shallots.
trick.
Yeah, that's a really good trick. And now you got a little olive oil going on.
About a tablespoon of olive oil.
Yep.
Just get that on there.
Sure.
And then some salt and pepper to start here.
Again. I mean, look how beautiful this is.
Yeah,
I mean, A, it's one pan, and B, it's pretty,
Exactly. And so this is from my new book, which is Hole in One.
Yeah.
And basically every single meal in that book happens in one pan. So
you're amazing that way. It's incredible.
You know what? I'm a little bit lazy, honestly. I want it to be fabulous. I want it to be healthy. I'm a nutritionist, so I want it to be healthy. I know you love to eat healthy too. But it has to be fabulous, delicious, easy, healthy, all of those things. So
and that's why people love your recipes, because they're totally doable. They seem accessible too. They're incredibly elaborate, but at the same time doable. It's a great combination. Now,
thank you.
We have to talk about this because I came up and I wasn't exactly sure what was going on here. This is polenta.
Right, exactly. This is polenta. So polenta is cornmeal. It's yellow cornmeal.
Okay.
So, but you can buy it in a tube. Now, if I had cooked a pot of cornmeal right now, you can totally make this separately.
Then it wouldn't be one pan.
Then it wouldn't be one pot. So we're keeping it in one pot. Yep. You can buy it already prepared, cooked polenta.
Great.
It comes in like a plastic tube, and all it is whole grain cornmeal. And so it has this wonderful color, this wonderful texture, and it's literally a no-brainer in terms of preparing it. So what I'm going to do is just like brush this with a little oil.
A little oil on those guys too. Okay.
And that's going to help it crisp up and brown on the outside, and it gets super like creamy on the inside.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Really, really wonderful, and it's whole grain too. So then I'm going to put the meat back on the pan, and this goes back in the oven for like basically a half hour.
I'll do the walking for you. Pass it over to me.
Even just on the pan, it looks gorgeous.
It does.
Right?
You could literally serve it like that. So,
all right.
Did you say what temperature and for how long?
Okay, so 425 now. And for about 30 minutes, depending on how you want it cooked, you want to get it to an internal temperature of about 130. So,
beautiful.
And so I have the done meat here.
Now, you've got a little tip here, and this is something that's important to do. You don't want this meat to be overdone, right? So at a certain time, you take out the pan, you remove the meat from the veggies, and then?
So I remove the meat, make sure it's like 130 for medium rare.
Yep.
Let it rest. Let it rest for 10 minutes because that's going to make it juicy, make the juices kind of go back into the meat.
Yep.
And then and then at that point, I put some balsamic vinegar on the vegetables, and that gives them this beautiful balsamic glaze. So another easy, big flavor thing to do.
How long back in the oven for the veggies only?
So 10 minutes more for the veggies.
Gotcha.
Now the meat is rested. I'm going to cut this up.
And you're going to bring them together. Oh my goodness, please do. This is so fantastic. I got to tell you. This is a real treat. Like for me, this is such an incredible treat. So thank you so much.
And you know what? If you want to have, you could totally do this in a more everyday kind of way. You could do like a chuck roast here.
Okay.
You could do a sirloin roast. You could do pork tenderloin even. So there's lots of options if you don't want to kind of splurge on the tenderloin.
Okay. Well, beautiful job. This is absolutely
perfectly
delicious.
cooked.
Thank you so much, Ellie.
So great to be here.
And you'll find this recipe on hallmarkchannel.com and check out more from Ellie on her website. You will be happy you did. Trust me, everybody.